Chapter 1. The beginning of everything in the beginning. There was nothing. No matter, no energy, no time. Then, about 13.8 billion years ago, the universe as we know it began with a massive explosion called the Big Bang. From this unimaginably hot and dense state, the universe rapidly expanded, cooling and forming the first particles of matter. Over millions of years, gravity caused these particles to come together and form stars, galaxies, and eventually, planets like our own Earth. As the universe expanded, it continued to cool, and the first atoms were formed. These atoms then combined to form the first molecules and dust particles. In regions where the dust and gas were dense enough, gravity caused them to collapse into protostars, which eventually became the first stars. These stars were much different from the ones we see in our night sky today, as they were made solely of hydrogen and helium. Over time, the first stars began to die, exploding in massive supernova, and spreading heavy elements like carbon, oxygen, and iron throughout the universe. These elements then came together to form the next generation of stars, which had a wider variety of elements in their composition. One of these stars was our own Sun, which formed about 4.6 billion years ago and gave birth to the planets in our solar system, including Earth. Chapter 2. The formation of Earth, our planet Earth, formed about 4.5 billion years ago from the dust and gas left over from the formation of the Sun. At first, Earth was a hot and molten ball of rock, constantly bombarded by asteroids and other space debris. But over time, the surface began to cool and solidify, and the first oceans formed. The early Earth was very different from the planet we know today. It had a much thicker atmosphere composed mostly of carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and water vapor. As the planet cooled, the water vapor in the atmosphere condensed into liquid water, forming the first oceans. These oceans were constantly bombarded by asteroids and comets, which delivered water and organic molecules to the surface. Over millions of years, these organic molecules combined to form the first living organisms. The exact process by which life began on Earth is still a mystery, but scientists believe that it may have started in the deep sea vents, where warm water and minerals interacted with organic molecules to form self-replicating structures. As life evolved, it began to shape the planet in profound ways. The first photosynthetic organisms, which used sunlight to produce energy, released oxygen into the atmosphere, gradually changing its composition. Eventually, the oxygen levels in the atmosphere rose high enough to support complex multicellular life forms, leading to the evolution of plants, animals, and ultimately, humans. Chapter 3. The fate of the universe. The universe is a vast and mysterious place, and scientists are still trying to unravel many of its secrets. One of the biggest questions is what the fate of the universe will be. According to current theories, the universe is expanding at an accelerating rate due to a mysterious force known as dark energy. This force is causing galaxies to move away from each other faster and faster, and in the distant future, the universe will become so spread out that individual galaxies will no longer be visible. But the story doesn't end there. Eventually, the stars in each galaxy will burn out, leaving behind only black holes and other stellar remnants. Over time, these black holes will begin to merge, forming larger and larger and larger black holes, until eventually the entire universe is dominated by a single, giant black hole. This scenario is known as the Big Freeze, as the universe becomes colder and darker until it reaches a state of maximum entropy. But there are other possibilities as well. Some theories suggest that the universe may collapse in on itself in a big crunch, or that it may end in a big rip, as the expansion accelerates to the point where even atoms are torn apart. Regardless of what the future holds, one thing is certain: the universe is an awe-inspiring and endlessly fascinating place, full of wonders and mysteries waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel for more content like this.